guys, welcome once again to my channel. If today is your first time visiting my channel, kindly subscribe and like and also drop a comment. If you're a returning subscriber, God bless you so much for coming. In today's lesson, I'll be teaching about 5 steps that will help you to move from being a beginner bass player to an intermediate or a pro. Is that okay? There are certain things you need to know that will make you a good bass player. Is that okay? So there are 5 in number. Now the first one, so let's begin. The first one I will talk about is the concept, knowing your concept. You know, behind every bass line there is a concept. Is that okay? As the saying goes that behind every successful man there's a woman. The same thing applies to bass. Behind every bass line there is a concept. And what are these concepts? For example, a concept can be your triads, your scale, your major scale, your minor triads, your pentatonic scale, and the rest. For example, if I play a groove like this, I play this in the key of D. So what I'm playing now, I'm playing my octaves, and I'm playing my 7, minor 7, which is my flat 7. So this is an octave, this is an octave, is that okay? And also play my 7, is that okay? So if you don't know the concept will guide you to know the bass line or to be able to know what to play. If you don't know the concept and you listen to a bass line and you just play the copyright, you can't apply it in any song. The only time you can apply it is when they are playing that particular song. Is that okay? So knowing the concept helps you opens your mind. Is that okay? You open your mind up to certain things that you don't know. It will help you to have a lot of uh, vocabularies in your bank. Is that okay? It's just like you saving an amount of money in your bank. Is that okay? That in times of hardship you can go in for it. Are you getting it? So know your concept is very, very important. Know your major scale, your pentatonic scale, your triads, then the chords, arpeggios, and the rest. It's very, very important to know all those things. So that's the first one. Now the second one I will talk about is knowing your tone. Knowing your tone is very, very important. Every bass player has the way he or she sounds. Is that okay? If I say he or she, there are bass ladies who are bass players. Is that okay? So your tone is very important. So I will lay more emphasis on this. Now the first thing is you need to know your instrument. Is that okay? Knowing your instrument helps you to know the kind of tone that works for you. Now that's why you need to get your own personal instrument. Some of us, what we do is immediately you get your bass, you just open the volume to any level and play. It is not so. It doesn't make you a good bass player. Is that okay? You need to know your tone. And know your tone, it means you need to what? Know your instrument. So what you need to know that is that every knob here has its work. Is that okay? Every knob here has its tone. Is that okay? Depending on how your bass have been manufactured. My bass, this knob have been designed for this speaker, the back pickup, and this one is for the front pickup here. Then this two is for the high and the mid. I get it. This two is for the high and the mid. Then, so for example, if I want to increase to get a low note, I know that if I use this one, I can get a low note. So, for example, let's try this and see. Let me play a note, then let's see whether there will be a difference in the note. Can you hear that? There's a change in the tone. Is that okay? Yeah. So you have to sit down and turn all your volumes down, and you try to check each and every knob and see the work it does, so that wherever you go, the kind of tone you want, you'll be able to get it. Now, another one I'll talk about is like your bass has 3 sections. We have section 1, section 2, section 3. Why am I saying this? If you play this, the back here, the one that is closer to the lower bridge here, it has a hard tone. The tone here is different from the one you get here and also the one you get here. Let's try it and see. Let me play the back one, which is this one. That's one. Then if you play the middle part, which is this place too. Then if you come here to, or you can bring it closer to this side. Okay, so your bass has three sections here, depending on the tone you want. Exactly. Depending on the tone you want. So section one is here, then section two is here, section three is here. You know, if you are playing praises, you need a hard tone, so that one you can use these ones. Then your worship, you need a lower note. Exactly. You want the bass to sound heavy. Exactly. So you can come to this side. And also you can use your knob. Your knob can also help you to get those low notes. Exactly. So that's one thing about this. Then another one is also your left hand. Your left hand must be strong. That's where you need to know the exercises, the chromatic scale and the rest. Chromatic scale, which is a so your finger speed also counts. Then also the way you place your finger on the fret also counts. At times you can play nothing to sound like this. If you are playing for a recording and you do things like this, it makes your sound bad. Exactly. So let me see that. Yeah. So that one also can. Then the way you pluck your notes here also counts. At times if you pluck it very hard, it will give you a different tone, like something like this. Or are you getting it? So the way you pluck your notes, your strings to also helps you. Now, at times some of us we also grow fingers. You know, your fingers play a lot of role in your tone, especially if you grow your nails on your right hand, these two fingers. When you play, you realize that I don't have my fingers are not all that long. Like I would have given you an example. If you play with the fingers like this, you realize that the note is different from when you use this side. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yeah. So that's one thing you need to check. So as a bass player, you don't need fingers. Is that okay? Just cut down your fingers. Make sure your fingers are very low. Is that okay? So that you get a good tone. Now the other thing about tone is what your strings. Exactly. I know most of us are beginners and you may not have much money to buy new strings. Now this is what you can do. If you see if your strings are old or if you have been using them for long, it will affect your sound. Exactly. So one thing I would advise is that if your strings are old and they are dead, one thing you can do is what you just remove them, then pour water into a pot, a cooking pot, very clean. When the water starts boiling, you put the strings into it. Then you time it for 15 minutes. You boil your strings for 15 minutes. After that, you clean it, then you fix them again. It will sound like a new string, but just that there will just be a slight difference between the one you boiled and the new strings that you bought. Is that okay? And that one can sustain you for a few months before it will go back to its normal state again. Exactly. So that's one thing too that can help you in terms of your tone. Exactly. Yeah, so I think I'm done with the tone. Now, the other one I will talk about is practice. You need to practice every day, especially the exercises. You need to exercise every day. Each a day should not pass without you rehearsing or practice. Even if you not practice at least 5 minutes, 5 minutes, just practice anything at all. You can choose to just be plucking, train your plucking fingers or the chromatic scale. So I will send a link below. I uploaded a video on the exercises you need to know. Is that okay? So your exercises are very important. They help your finger speed. Is that okay? Now another one I will talk about, that's the fourth one, is having a mentor. You know, you you'll be able to learn a lot if you have a mentor. Is that okay? So the mentor opens your mind to certain things you don't know. And also having a good teacher. You can learn on your own, but if you have a teacher, the teacher can reveal mysteries or open your mind to certain things. Is that okay? So it is good for every musician to have a mentor. Is that okay? Even if the mentor is not close to you, you can just be in touch. Even if online, be in touch, communicate. At times you ask questions. You need to humble yourself. That's one thing about we musicians. We don't humble ourselves. Immediately you know how to play one or two things, then you think you are the best. You don't humble. So you need to humble yourself. When you humble yourself, God said if you humble yourself, He will lift you up. The more you humble yourself, the more your teacher also develop interest in teaching you. Someone can decide to teach you for free based on the way you are humble. Is that okay? So you need to get a mentor. Now the fifth one I'll talk about is I name it the three P's. This one I learned it from my mentor. My mentor is Princena. He has been saying this that as a bass player you need the three P's. And what are the three P's? The first one is prayer. The second one is practice. The third one is what? Playing with others. Now, one thing about music is that music, especially those of us who are Christians, music is more spiritual than physical. Yes. The devil himself was a musician in heaven when before God drove him away. Exactly. So music is more spiritual. You need to be prayerful if you're a Christian. You need to pray always. Even before you go for a church service or a gig, you need to pray. See, it is the Holy Spirit that helps you to play. Are you getting it? The Holy Spirit that helps you. Let me give you an example. At times I do go for a gig. There are certain notes I play after the gig I forget. Why? I'll be helped by the Holy Spirit. Are you getting it? So, as a Christian and as a Christian musician, you need to pray. Prayer is very, very important. You pray before every gig you go to. Tell the Holy Spirit to help you. It is important. Now, the second P is to practice. You need to practice every day. I've said it earlier. You practice every day. Even if you don't have anything to practice, just take your base and practice. But before you practice, you need to have a plan. Is that okay? You need to. If you don't have a plan, you just go there and mess up 1 hour without playing anything or without learning anything. You need to have a plan. Is that okay? You need to tell yourself, okay, today I'll play, or I'll learn about arpeggios or major scale or triads. Is that okay? You need to have a timetable each day with what you learn, each day with what you practice. Is that okay? It is very important. Then the third P is about playing with others. Don't be a champion in your own. Don't be at your comfort zone. Is that okay? Play with others, and don't just play with anybody. Play with people who are ahead of you, so that they can correct you. See, the more you play with others, the more your mistakes are being corrected, and the more you learn. And also, if you are being corrected on stage, don't be angry. Okay, when they correct you, accept the correction and work on it. So you need to play with others more often, more often. So these are the five P's. Let me go over them again. The first one is knowing the concept. The second one is your tone. The third one is having a mentor. Uh, the fourth one is the three P's. Then the other one I talk about is also to practice. Exactly. Yeah. So in this video, I didn't work on any baseline or anything at all. At times, it is good to talk to you one on one than playing. Is that okay? So in my next video, I'll be working on something great about how to play worship songs. Is that okay? African worship songs. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining me. And see you another time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also drop a comment. And also, if you are interested in my online lessons, you can contact me. I'll drop the link below. You click on the link, then we'll chat, then we'll take it from there. Right, thank you very much.